What's up, you heathens and demons, you beautiful, blasphemous people? Cutting off my head here. What's going on, guys? Lots of people in the house to begin with. What is up, everybody? What's up, Ann, Lisa for Truth, Critical Cripple, AR's in the house. What's up, Shay, Jeremy Pace? This is going to be a lot of fun today, and it's going to be kind of painful for me because I did all the timestamps, and I'm like, holy shit, I got wasted on stream. But I mean, this was an issue at the time. Now, I've notoriously been battling with my alcoholism, and I've spoken plainly about it. I don't hide shit about myself. I'm not ashamed of it. I think a lot of people get ashamed of it, and I'm not. It's life. It's what happens. And I've been battling with alcoholism. And this was the point of the year to where it really became a really big issue. Now, to my defense, this stream started, it wasn't supposed to be a 7.5 hour stream. I was not supposed to be streaming that long. I was supposed to have Darth Dawkins on, and Darth Dawkins lasts about 20 minutes on my show, so I was thinking it was going to last like maybe an hour. And I was drinking really good beer. I was drinking Bell's beer, and I was working for Bell's at the time. And anybody that knows me in life and has been around me when I've been drinking, I'm a little different. My friends tell me that I have an allergy to beer because it affects me a lot differently than it does when I'm drinking liquor, or when I'm drinking, my little rocks glass and I'm having my cocktails. I'm fine with that. But when I drink beer, it really affects me and I get really, really drunk, especially if I'm drinking really good beer for 7 hours straight. Now, there was a point in this stream, I'm not sure if I covered in the timestamps or not, where I'm actually gone on a beer run. So had I stopped drinking beer, I would have been fine. If I would have went and got some soda, I would have been fine. But no, I went and got more good beer. So it's going to be somewhat painful for me to watch. There's also an issue where I was still learning how to stream. I'd just been streaming about a month. This is the end of February now. So I didn't know how to mute people. Didn't know how to boot them. I just figured out how to boot Darth Dawkins out of the room earlier in the stream. We covered it in the last one. What's up, everybody, for showing up. This is going to be a lot of fun, though, because we're going to have a lot of first appearances on the channel. We're going to have G-Man. I kind of teased that Von Helton, this was his first appearance on the channel. Now, Von Helton participated a little bit, but I don't think he was there for the dumpster fire that ensued. And if you want the full context of all of the dumpster fire, then you'll have to go watch this long-ass stream. But this is the stream to where I talk about G-Man came on, and by the end of it, he had muted everybody in the room, and I was too drunk to notice. That happened. But we had Cyrus the Skeptic would come on for his second appearance on the channel. Digital Hammurabi's up in the house. We're going to be covering Dr. Josh's first appearance on my channel. Now, it wasn't this stream. It'll be at the end of this stream where I cover when I started to get death threats, and Dr. Josh came on for the first time. So Dr. Josh's first appearance will be here in this year review. Ocean Keltoy's first appearance is here in this year review. The first time I have Ocean on my channel, I am obnoxiously drunk. So I mean, it's the course of the year of the Raging Atheist. Now, I'll be talking about what going into the new year. Me and Ali talked about it a little bit last night. I've got a lot of big goals. Now, I've been battling my alcoholism. I've got it fairly under control. I have drastically cut down on drinking. Drastically. And I've controlled my drinking to where I start at a certain time, especially if I'm going to stream, so I'm not too drunk on streams. But I've drastically cut down my drinking. I'm really proud. I'm going into the new year pretty certain that I'm going to not be drinking anymore, and I'm actually going to start working out and get rid of some of this weight I put on. I've been watching a very thinner version of myself in these year reviews, and I need to lose some weight. So yeah, we're going to get into all of that. It's going to be a blast. So what's up, everybody? What's up, Dr. Josh and Megan? This is going to be fun. It should be entertaining, should be painful for me, but you guys will have a laugh because my moderating skills is basically drunkenly saying time out, time out, time out, time out, time out until G-Man shuts up. And then I can say drunkenly what I want to do. Very painful for me, entertaining for you. Let's get into it. So this first clip is just Von Helton really coming into the room. Let's check it out. Let's give our new guest a chance to introduce himself. I'm not too familiar with you, so I did speak to you a little bit when I came on Brett's channel, but you had to dip out. So yeah, introduce yourself and welcome to my channel.
Everybody knows who I am, especially all the trolls and haters on YouTube. Especially all the trolls and haters on YouTube, they all know who I am. So
now, Vaughn, this is Raging Atheist's channel. This isn't my Google Hangout. This is his. Just letting you know, bro. Be right back.
Feel free to speak. Just please, all I ask, you can curse, just no F-bombs, and I'm not... Oh, Drag, you're going to have fun with this one. If you haven't seen it yet, oh, this is great. I'm not going to spoil the end, but I think this is a proud moment in Ocean Keltoy's year. We had a lot of fun with this. So yeah, you'll have fun, Drag. Speaking fuck, no F-bombs, no cutting homosexual in half. That's all I ask.
Well, no, wait a minute. One of the magic tricks is chopping somebody in half. I mean,
I'm not even drunk yet.
You're robbing me of my abilities here. Come on, quit that.
Oh, but I'm glad to have you here. I think me and you will have some disagreements, but I also think you're a fun dude. So welcome.
I'm a fun dude. I mean, as long as you don't listen to my trolls and haters, I'm a fun dude. I mean, according to my trolls and haters, I'm a murderer, a rapist, wife beater, child molester. What else? Well, I can't think of all of them anyway, but that's what you get when you have haters. You get stuff like that. So
yeah. Yeah, I know all about that, man. All right, so that's Von Helton. Yay, it's so much fun. I wish I'd have known Von Helton a little more, so I could have really went into him. I think me and Von Helton really did end up going at each other pretty hard on Brett Keen's stream the next week. But I can't get that because, for one, I mean, that's the stream I often talk about where I raged. They were talking about immigrants on the borders, children, concentration camps. It was disgusting. And I raged. And I think Von Helton got a big part of that assault. But Brett Keen is no longer on YouTube. He deleted his channel, so good riddance to the manatee. So the next one, just real quick, was somewhat interesting. Let me get to the timestamp here. Guzman is going to ask Von Helton his religious views.
That's not what she said at all. And so everybody's really upset about her, what she said.
Well, I'm curious, man. Are you a Christian, atheist, or are you agnostic or something?
I'm pagan.
Oh, pagan.
Didn't you hear Brett? Didn't you hear what Brett said? Brett said I was his favorite pagan. I'm his favorite. I'm probably his only pagan, but probably his favorite. No, I think there is a few others. I think Ocean pops in every now and then, and a couple other pagans pop in every now and then.
May I ask what deity you worship?
I just call them the gods. I don't give them names. I don't put them in a box.
That's cool.
I mean,
All right, so that's Von Helton. We've had some funny conversations with Ocean about Von Helton live on stream. Maybe we'll get to that. Fun stuff. But we're getting to G-Man now. I mean, G-Man's going to come in. Brett Keen's going to bring in G-Man. I knew G-Man by reputation. So, I knew that he would flip out. I had no idea really who he was. I think I seen the Skylar Fiction G-Man flips his shit video, whatever that was called. And maybe a couple other just clips of G-Man losing his shit. But I never really listened to the guys, heard the guy live in debate or nothing. Didn't even know at this point who Dragnot was. We would be mistakenly the next week on Brett Keen's channel, and Will's in the chat, he can attest to this. We thought this guy Brucifer was Dragnot. So the first time I actually met Dragnot, and I'm talking to Dragnot, I'm like, Are you Dragnot? I thought another dude was Dragnot. It was a different shit. I had no idea who G-Man was. Never been introduced. Had only heard Dragnot on Brett Keen's stream, probably right before this. Thank you, Jeremy Pace. The Earl and Merle show. I'm not sure. Jim Majors has been in and out. Once Jim is ready to come back on streams, he's more than welcome to come, and I would love to do an Earl and Merle show. I'm sure we'll cover that part. Not today though. So let's get to G-Man. G-Man's gonna come in. I really didn't know who he was. 311. So, and this whole time we're having a pretty good conversation at this point. I'm not too drunk yet. The beer is starting to catch up to me, but we have a pretty good, really decent conversation before Darth Dawkins came in, and then after Darth Dawkins left. Jill hasn't started doing his crazy shit. Guzman's being on really good behavior. Excuse me, great conversation. So then G-Man comes in. So let's get to 311. So yeah, had a lot of conversation in that period. There we go. Was to bring Rome into Christianity. Mm-hmm. That was the point of the council. That was why. Okay, because Rome at that point in the history of our world, Rome was the center of the world. Rome was everything.
You're missing a point. I think. Hold on.
So yeah, we're talking with Jill about the Council of Nicaea. Can never pronounce that shit right. Ali did a really good job of pronouncing that word. Like, I hate the way I pronounce shit. What's up, Neil, the 604 Atheist? What's up, my brother? Yeah, let's get there. Is CC here? What's up, CC?
Hold on. I think you're going down the rabbit hole a bit. You're missing the point. The point I'm making is that there were three versions of Christianity.
We have a new person who I'm sorry, Jesus. I don't mean to cut you off. Who is G?
G-Man to us and Felly.
G-Man. Oh, I have seen G-Man. I am blessed right now, guys. We have a celebrity. Drunk. G-Man, what's up? I'm not to the point of like I love you yet. I get there, guys. It's gonna be This is gonna be painful for me. Why am I reliving this shit? Why do I do this to myself? Sorry, Jill. I want to say what's up to G-Man.
And both of those guys are celebrities. So,
I have seen so many videos of you, G-Man. I am blessed to have you here. Hopefully you're not a Darth Dawkins and we're going to go into a dumpster fire here. I'm blessed to have you. Thank you for showing up. Welcome.
G-Man is nothing like Darth Dawkins. He's actually pretty fun to have a discussion with.
I've only actually watched a couple G-Man things. I'm just turned on to G-Man. I'm proud to have you here, guy. What's up, man?
No, I'm all right. What are we talking about?
Just kind of everything. Everything, man. Open discussion.
Okay, so you're talking to somebody, so I'm going to mute my microphone and let you finish doing what you were doing.
And he does. He's quiet for a while. Now, I gotta pull a rage here. I'm like, G-Man, what the fuck are you wearing? Like, I don't know if this is how they dress there, but I'm like, dude, I would at least undo that top collar. Kind of look like an astronaut. Just saying, pick on my fiction shirt all you want. I like that shit. It don't bother me. But I gotta pull a rage. So yeah, that's he's kind of quiet for a while, but G-Man ain't gonna be quiet for long. So he's gonna start asking me questions at about 3:28. Let's get into this shit because this is where it's gonna start getting fun, and it will devolve over the course of a couple hours into a sure enough shit show dumpster fire. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll go right here.
Has a dark history, and so, we can go into that if we want to at a later date. But yeah.
Mr. Raging, you mind if I ask you another philosophical question? I love hearing you respond and do answers.
Go for it.
I was wondering, hypothetically, if you were walking out of like a hospital or a building or something and you heard a shotgun blast. You went around the corner and you seen that a man or a woman was laying there dying and they were minutes away from death. And they cried out to you and they said, would you pray for me? Would you pray for me before I die? And you know that you can't get an ambulance to them quick enough. What would you do?
I would pray for them. I would do whatever it's going to take to make them feel better as they passed.
I appreciate your honesty there, Raging. That's why I like talking to you. Just straightforward. You don't play games. You just say it like it is. I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you.
Talking or are we debating?
It's just an open discussion. This was originally a call out to Darth Dawkins, who wanted to come and talk to me again. So I sent him an email and he never responded. So I started a live stream saying, Darth Dawkins, come in. And he came in for a brief moment, and he's the only person I have ever ejected from my channel.
Oh, okay. Well, then I better be quiet then. So let me mute.
But G-Man, I'm glad you're here. I haven't been able to be here since you've shown up. I haven't. Okay, so I just got back from my beer run right here. So it's a different color beer. I'm mixing a light ale with a very dark ale. I'm really fucking myself right now. I should have stopped drinking. Bad Nakasuchi. Bad. I don't watch too much of your stuff, but you have a reputation. I'm enjoying.
Certainly does.
The next part of this conversation. So let's go. I would like to invite. It looks like Guzman left. He wanted to come in to say a few things, but he is a 12-year-old boy. He was really articulate with everything he said. Don't agree with everything he said, but he was good with what he said. So anybody wanting to come in and join the conversation? I know Carlton and Derek haven't said much, so if you guys want to jump in, feel free. And yeah, anything, G-Man. If you want to talk, I understand you probably don't know who I am, but any questions for me or anybody else here, feel free.
I can check you out, I guess. I got a phone here or something. Okay, I got a question for you. What are your beliefs?
I have embraced the label atheist. A lot of people call me an agnostic, and I don't disagree with them in their points. I think I am atheist. And my whole thing is to rage. I rage against the injustices that I see. I rage against the lies that I see. I might not always be right, but I rage. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so, Athena Goddess, you will get a link. I'm sending it now. Go ahead, G-Man.
All right. So what's your views on well, if you're agnostic, then I got an idea, but what's your views on morality? Like when we're talking about what we would consider good or bad or something like that. Like, what's your views on that?
Morality, I see as something that is my own. I think that we get it from our parents. Now, I think that part of becoming an atheist is breaking childhood programming, breaking the things you learn from your parents. But hopefully, if you've had good parents, they have raised you right. They've instilled some form of goodness into you. And that is my opinion of morality. I don't think it comes from God. I think that it comes from just inherently what we learn through life.
All right. What's your opinion about God himself? And when I say God, let me be specific. I mean the God of the Bible. Like, what's your opinion of him?
The God of the Bible, I don't think exists. If he did, I could not follow him.
Why?
I see it as hateful. I see it as unreasonable, unlogical. I don't understand why you would want us to believe in you if you don't show yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, there's a lot of okay. All right. Sure. Okay, so you don't understand why God would want us to believe in him because he doesn't physically show himself to us. So we have to so what you're saying is we have to physically believe him in order to believe in him.
I think that the Bible says he did at one point. In the Garden of Eden, he physically showed himself to Adam and Eve. I just don't understand why he doesn't do it any longer.
Well, I don't want to dominate the room, but I'd like to make a comment on that.
No, please.
You believe evolution is true then, right?
Well, I think that evolution is one of the possibilities. Now, I'll be clear. When you say believe in evolution, yes, I believe in evolution. I think that evolution is the most logical argument. I think it has the most proof behind it. So yes, in that context, I do. But in the major scope of things, I think evolution is one of many possibilities.
But also, atheism has nothing to do with evolution. Just
okay,
it
doesn't make a difference whether or not it has anything to do with it. It has to do with logic, right? So you're saying that you don't understand why God would want us to believe in him and we can't see him. But why does the evolutionists want us to believe in evolution when we never see any evidence for it? Like, for example, these transitional forms that we are constantly told there are millions of and we never see them. We're constantly told that we share a common ancestor with fruits and vegetables and we never see any proof of that. We're told that when it comes to chemical evolution or what is commonly known as abiogenesis, that life comes from non-life, you know what I mean, or non-living matter. I don't know.
Banana is your daddy.
Oh boy, speaking of pagan gods, it looks like Athena come in here. So G-Man, are you saying that you have trouble believing that you came from a fish? I kind of have the same issue myself.
Yeah, I got the same issue with that too. And they want me
at least you're saying a fish and not. You know, like all the Christians want to have evolution debates with me. You know, like even G-Man, they all want to talk evolution with me, like because I'm some kind of, you know, person that knows shit about that. A rock, like some people.
Wait, whoa. Oh, hold it. Seriously, hold it. They're now saying we came from a rock. Literally,
you know why they say that?
No. Evolution doesn't say that. Evolution doesn't touch on where we came from a rock. Not at all.
You know, I'm trying really hard not to spoil it, but a lot of you might not be here when it happens. I'm just going to put it out there that it's really Ocean that destroys G-Man, because Ocean comes in and G-Man just bounces the fuck out. I gave it away. But let's watch the rest of this.
Evolution talks about the change between species. People are talking about abiogenesis. Now,
the NIFB says we come from a rock, or they say that atheists say we come from a rock, when that's just not true.
Let me ask you something so I can make sense of the rock and roll thing. I love rock and roll.
rock and roll, exactly.
Yeah, rock and roll. Now, you do agree that if there is no intelligence, if hypothetically there is no God, no aliens, no panspermia, that the atheists would have to hold the view that life came from non-life. And that's one of the reasons why they say rocks and boogers, snot sitting on a solid thing and came to life. You understand?
Yeah, and that's why I try to be clear that I don't pretend to know. That's why I talk of possibilities. I wasn't there. Nobody here was there. None of us were there. We don't know.
Raging atheist, that's the point, though. The point is that you said that you don't understand why God won't like physically show himself to us, and you don't understand why he would want us to believe in him, but you have no problem believing as a theory that you share a common ancestor with a fish. And you can
I think it's more logical to think that it was a slow progression, a slow evolution, than some mystical sky god. And let's be frank. I'm going to be frank right now. All right. So Yahweh was always all right. So yeah. At this point, I'm not too drunk. I really enjoy seeing the thinner face. Hopefully we can make that happen again. But so far it's respectful. It's not anything that's a dumpster fire. Then we're going to start talking about slavery, which will lead into a very coarse and descriptive discussion about rape in the Bible. So yeah, I mean, so far for the first 3.5 hours of this stream, it has been a respectful conversation between atheists and theists. Even Jill up to this point has been very respectful. Guzman, an NIFB member, very respectful. Even G-Man coming in initially was being on good G-Man terms, but that's kind of what he does from what I've seen. So we're going to get to where we start talking about slavery, and it's going to start devolving from that point into the dumpster fire and the drunken shit show that it would become, that you would only get on the Raging Atheist, really, honestly, if I'm just going to be honest about it back then, because I gave no fucks. This was the Wild West. The chat was the Wild West back then. I just let anybody come talk to your boy. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, but it was usually entertaining. The Bible says.
I don't believe in the prison system.
Do you wait a minute? Hold it.
Guys, well, hold on 1 second. Technically, there is a couple different forms of slavery in the Bible. There is indentured servants. There is a taken captives and all that.
Indentured servitude is immoral. That's
okay,
I don't understand that, Raging. I don't understand why indentured servitude.
Indentured servitude is immoral, and anybody that's willing to go through it. So they got me hot. They've been denying fucking slavery. I am at this point. The alcohol's boiling. It's mixing with that native and Irish blood that doesn't work well with it. They got me hot. I am raging through it. And get beaten to the point to where they don't die, but they're beat the fuck up.
That's not servitude. That's not indentured servitude.
That's to do that.
That's assault.
Guys,
that's called assault.
I want to point out that Brett is trying to instill some calm here. So let's let Brett Keane speak.
Yeah, I wanted to say, guys, as you remember, when we're doing Google Hangouts, if everybody speaks at the same time, the people on the outside will not be able to understand us. It'll sound like Legion, the demon from the Bible. Demon, hello? Anybody home? Marty? you guys don't hear me? Now, I wanted to ask you
something. I want my position to be properly represented, and I want
All right, go ahead and properly represent.
Real quick, G-Man. I just want to say that I love your passion. I'm a passionate guy, and I love your passion. So I'm at the very beginning stages of the I love you, bro segment of this stream. So yes, we are near intoxication levels, like really massive intoxication levels, and should have probably ended the stream soon. But of course, there's still 3.5 hours left.
That's great. And define what it means to be an indentured servant.
To me, an indentured servant is somebody that is forced to pay off a debt against their will in an immoral way. Like as the Bible says, you can. And the Bible, speaking of slavery, but we'll say indentured servitude, that you can beat a man as long as he's not Jewish.
Okay, you're going on a different topic. That's not indentured servitude in Scripture. Indentured servitude is when a person, one or two things, where a person is willfully becoming a slave because he cannot fend for himself. That is not immoral because he made a willful decision. What about the
slave? All right, explain that.
Okay. So, did you see my conversations that I had with Matt Dillahunty regarding this?
Oh, I did not. I'll be honest.
Okay. So what you need to understand is, number one, an indentured servant is somebody who willfully becomes someone else's slave or servant, for X amount of years.
Okay. But the Bible speaks specifically.
Hold on a minute. I'm not done yet. But I'm not done yet because I don't want no confusion on this. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. Go ahead.
That person will willfully become someone else's slave. You cannot call that immoral, especially if somebody is willfully doing it. Number two,
no, I will not call that immoral.
You owe somebody a certain amount of money or you committed a crime or whatever, a person would have to serve somebody for 6 years, and in the 7th year, they would be let go. There are certain things that you cannot do to your slave.
That's correct.
Currently believes that.
All right, so notice that G-Man is saying slave now. He's not saying indentured servitude. That's their apologetic. And my stance is slavery is wrong no matter what, no matter even if the guy volunteered for it. That's my stance still today. I'm sober now and I still have that fucking stance. I think it's why we don't have indentured servitude in our society any longer. But notice he's saying slave. So they know that their arguments are bullshit. And just subconsciously, the truth is coming out in his own words.
That you can rape your slave, you can do all that. No, you cannot do those things.
That depends on your definition of rape, dude. Let me speak now, please. All right, you made a point.
But go ahead.
You made a point. Let me speak to that. Yeah. Now, say a woman, all right, that's husband has died, is now forced to marry her brother. She doesn't want to marry the husband's brother, right? She doesn't want to do that, but God says it's true, and He forces Himself upon her. Is that rape?
Okay, number one, that's a hypothetical that we.
No, that's what the Bible says.
That is not that is a hypothetical that you made up. That is not in Scripture. Why don't you?
Actually, the Old Testament does say that, but that's the Old Testament. We're under
the New Covenant. They don't count.
Continuous arguments. You've done well so far.
There's nothing wrong with that. The situation that he's coming up with is a total lie, and he can't show me in Scripture.
No, it's in the Old Testament. I forget where the hell it's at, but it is in the Old Testament.
No, it's not. Show me where it is.
I'd have to Google it.
It's in the Old Testament.
It's not there. I promise.
Oh boy.
There is a difference between indentured servitude and what you see in the transatlantic slave trade. Now, you said that you believe that if a person willfully becomes a slave, that is somehow immoral. What basis are you using to come to the conclusion that that's immoral?
I'm sorry, I'm looking up what we're talking about.
I think he said. Okay, I think he said it wasn't immoral.
Slavery is mentioned in more than one book in the Old Testament, and it's expounded upon.
All right, so we're deep into the slavery rabbit hole. I see it's taking part in the chat. We're going to have more of these conversations in 2020. I really miss these conversations. We're not going to be doing them with Praise or Jill. but any other Christian can come on and talk. So any Christian out there, if you'd like to have a real genuine conversation about slavery in the Bible, please come have that conversation with me. If you want to have a dumpster fire about slavery in the Bible, please come have that dumpster fire with me. But it's not going to be Praise and Jill anymore. They won't be on my channel anymore. So I don't even know what I'm showing. I'm just showing shit. But yeah, so we're deep into this rabbit hole that is slavery, and it's going to continue for quite a while. And then it's going to delve into rape. And at this point, I am very intoxicated. So we're going to get to the 5 hour and 23 mark. So another good hour and a half of conversation is going to just fly by. I don't really expect you guys to go and watch this whole 7.5 hour conversation. It's not really the point of the year in review. It's just to kind of show you guys what happened throughout the year. But this is one you might want to go through and just skip through and just see the craziness, because this was a stream that really started to change a lot of shit on my channel. I really, really started to pay attention after the next week when I went on Brett Keen's channel, how much I was drinking live on stream. So, 523. Lots of conversation. Wujita's going to come in, and he's going to trigger G-Man pretty much immediately. He's going to pose a question to G-Man, but he's going to refuse to give G-Man anything about who Wujita is, what his belief system is, if he's an agnostic, if he's a Christian. I was going to show that part. But I figured I could just tell you guys, that was a thing immediately as soon as Wujita came in and started interacting with G-Man. So we'll just start it right here instead.
They're refuting their own claims by just opening up their mouths.
The projection is real.
They need to stop drinking and stop doing drugs and actually start using that thing between your ears.
And you should get rid of that gonorrhea, G-Man.
Paul, if you think I don't know nothing about my Bible, but first, why don't you?
What does your Bible have to do with gonorrhea? You know what gonorrhea is, Gina?
Because forcing women to trade sex for survival, that's ethical. That's moral.
Hey, Buckwheat. You say I don't know.
Hey, Bill Cosby.
Right, Buckwheat. So do me a favor, okay? If you want to talk to me about this, own your atheism. Stop being ashamed of your pathetic cult.
I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm just I tried to have a cordial conversation while you're sitting here making insults and being petulant. And I'm going to continue to speak regardless, because I do not care about you being interrupted. You can continue, but I'm going to continue to speak as well.
This is non-productive.
Why I believe it, Buckwheat. Folks. Whatever.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, I attempted to have a cordial conversation with you, and the point of not saying what my beliefs or lack thereof are is because I wanted to remove your bias and have a conversation without that and just discuss what you think.
Why are you an atheist? But I don't need you to tell me what you are. Why are you an atheist?
I'm an atheist.
But with Vegeta, you could remove your bias.
My bias.
Hey guys, let's
Why are you an atheist, Buckwheat?
Can I actually be allowed to answer
please
the question,
stop calling him Buckwheat.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me say, G-Man. Let me. All right, interjection. All right, so right now we're getting to the start of my horrible moderating skills. As you can see, I had a very big reason for bringing in moderators to my channel. My moderating skills is timeout. Let me fucking talk. Shut the fuck up. And I'm going to do that a lot. It's very painful. Let me say that Wujita's hair is fucking awesome. All right. So let's let Wujita answer.
How about that? How about come Alfalfa?
G-Man, let's let Wujita answer.
Alfalfa had the little twist.
And then you can respond. So Wujita, please go.
Now, like I was saying, I was trying to have a cordial conversation and remove that and not insert that information to remove your anti-atheist bias. But since the cat's out of the bag, obviously I'm an atheist. Congratulations. Oh no. Point is, I want you to answer my question. What is your evidence or your reasoning that the Bible is true without being circular, please? And please don't gish gallop. I'd prefer if you just.
Oh, so you want me to do a quick answer then? You don't want me to gish gallop. I appreciate if you do the same thing. History.
Okay, and
sorry, I'm not done yet. History and evidence.
And give me an example of that history and evidence, G-Man.
Okay, so I'll choose what I'm going to give you, and it's going to be evidence. The Bible says that we're all sinners. The Bible talks about what these sins are. And the Bible says that every man, woman, and child on the planet does it, including yourself.
Can you use something other than the Bible to prove the Bible?
Please,
that's circular, which completely ignores.
I agree with sister, but let me interject, guys. Pause. Time out. Cyrus the Skeptic is coming in. I just sent him the link. And when he gets in, let's let him. I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself, but how painful is it for anybody to go back and watch themselves drunk? It's not a nice experience. Not a nice experience. Fun stream. I'm sure it was great to see, but not a fun experience for me to watch this shit back. It wasn't fun the next day when I started watching it back. Not a fun experience. Interject, but go ahead, G-Man.
I was in the middle of answering a question, and then I would stop. Okay, so anyway, the Bible makes claims. In order for those claims to be true, we have to be able to test them to see if they're true, right? So the first claim is that we're sinners. The Bible says that we all sin against God. What are those sins? One of them is lying. Okay, and it says that all of us have done this. Every last one of us. You can't show me one human being that's ever existed besides Jesus that has never lied. Okay, I can do the same thing with adultery, idolatry, anything else that the Bible talks about that is considered sin. So that is my evidence. You don't want me gish galloping, so I'll let you respond with your weak.
Okay. Another part of that question was to not be circular, and you immediately went to the Bible, saying that the Bible is evidence for itself. So I will ask you again to do the same without being circular. Thank you.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with circular reasoning.
So if I wrote down on a piece of paper that leprechauns are true, and I say, because it says it on that paper, therefore it's true, and you say, well, what is your evidence? And I say, well, the paper says it, therefore it's true, so the paper proves itself. Does that logically follow? Does that circulation make sense?
No, it doesn't. And two things that you just mess up with that. Number one, that wasn't the example I gave. It was a claim in the Bible. I tested the claim, and it came out. That would be the evidence. Number two, the reason why my reasoning is correct is because statement, fact, evidence. Statement, fact, evidence. Statement, fact, evidence. It just goes around and around and around. If I did something different, it would be a different shape. When you say you believe in evolution, for example, you're going to say evidence, you're going to say research, you're going to say this, and it's going to keep going like this over and over. You'll keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. It's never going to change. So I don't have a problem with circular reasoning whatsoever.
I had to include that part. Oh, so funny. It's just so funny. I enjoy that thoroughly, despite my drunkenness. And I'm not even really drunk yet. I mean, we're 5.5 hours in, so I still got 2 hours that I'm drinking on stream. Not always the best decisions in 2019, but it was usually a pretty good time. Will's in the chat. Me and Will have had a falling out, but we did have a really, really good drinking stream that I will be reviewing at some point. Our drinking contest. Will thought he could outdrink your boy, and he stumbled off camera to puke, and we all thought he was dead. Fun times. But as you saw there, Sirs came in, and at this point, drunkenly, I'm really trying everybody that's coming in. I'm notoriously not a good moderator. I'm not a good moderator. I like to be part of the conversation. This whole stream, I'm drunkenly trying to be a fucking moderator, and really probably took some fun things out of the stream, even though I did get involved several times. But my moderating skills is basically to force a room full of people, 10 people back then, in a Google Hangout, to shut the fuck up, so the person coming in can put some input into the conversation. But the problem is I was so drunk that usually they would come in and be like, well, I just want to kind of listen, and then I'll work myself in, as Sirs did when he first came in, and I'm like, I'm too drunk to hear that. It would happen with Ocean later. I'll actually show that part. But yeah, I'm really, really intoxicated. As I said, I was only planning on streaming about an hour. We're 5.5 hours into the stream. I've been drinking for 5.5 hours. Probably started shortly before the stream. I am in at this point. I don't think I end up making like a complete ass of myself. I would do that the next week on Brett Keen's stream when we started talking about children on the southern border. That was not a very productive conversation, and Will Kincaid was there. He will attest to that.
Well, you know what? I have a box.
All right, we're not going there, though. We're going to go to 5:35, and I am really drunk at this point. I'm at the I love everybody stage of drunken intoxication. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. It's really into a dumpster fire now. Ocean's gonna come in at the end, and I think Will said something about G-Man said that I said the N-word and pulled out my dick. You're gonna see that didn't happen if that's in fact what G-Man said. I don't know that. I just saw something like that in the stream or in the chat there, so I'm not sure if Will was talking about me or not in this stream. But we're gonna see where G-Man leaves and Ocean comes in, and it's hilarious. And at this point, like, G-Man has everybody blocked except for Wujita at this point. Everybody, like, he's not hearing nobody, nobody's hearing him. I'm too drunk to understand what's going on. Yet we are deep into the dumpster fire at this point.
You're only going to use your evidence.
Yes, I'm using my evidence. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. Have you read the Bible before?
Yeah, it's not a good read.
Yeah,
I'd say a better book would probably be Lord of the Rings.
I agree that the Lord of the Rings is far better than the Bible. I mean, it was a better story. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's true.
The Bible you haven't read.
A lot less rapey, that's for sure.
So,
and they treat dwarves right in Lord of the Rings. Damn it!
Have you read the Bible?
All right, and Will did clarify that was not G-Man talking about me. That was something else.
Bible, yes or no?
He already said yes. You're just bad at listening.
No.
How many times did you read the Bible, Paul?
So many times to know that it's awful.
Okay.
There you go.
Tell me something.
Perfect answer.
Do me a favor, and I'll give you 3 minutes to talk. Give me the flood story.
The flood story. So,
Prove you read the book of Genesis.
Oh yeah, Maya.
Tell me the flood story.
the flood story. So you got your homeboy Noah, and homeboy Noah is a fucking loser, and nobody likes him, and he's getting picked on in high school. And and then Adam Sandler shows up. He's like, "Hey, yo, Noah, I'm gonna help you win this basketball tournament to get the girl of your dreams." And then God shows up, and he's like, "Hey, yo, man, there's gonna be a flood." And Noah's like, "Oh shit, fam,
Why
there's gonna
does
be a
this sound
flood."
like the plot to Dragon Ball Evolution?
All right. Okay.
Let me get. All right, I gotta get my family, put them on an ark. He makes an ark. Animals show up. Shit goes down, and then there's a flood. Oh shit, there's a flood. And then somehow Noah and his small unit, when the flood is over, repopulated the earth because reasons.
Hey, G-Man, are you one of these?
Wait a minute.
G-Man, I got a question. Are you
wait, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Are you a Christian that denies the flood, or do you accept the flood?
Okay, so going back to Paul, because that's the person I was talking to.
Well, I want to know if you accept the flood.
I asked you a serious question. Did you read the Bible? You said that you're trying to be respectful. You gave me your answer. You have never read the flood story before. So
He's read the fucking Bible.
He's taking the piss on you, but you seem to
see. Like I said,
guys. All right. One at a time. Let's time out. Let's let Sir speak. Then we'll let G-Man speak, and then we'll let Wujita speak. Sirs, go first.
I was just saying that he was obviously taking the piss on you, but it seems that many things go over your head.
G-Man?
2 things. I'm gonna block Sir soon. I think he's
why would you block Sir?
I think that Paul's a dragoon. So
Sir is a good dude.
Yeah, he is. He's a dragoon.
Sir is a good dude.
Okay.
If I didn't know G-Man was real, I would think he wasn't real.
Read it before. He doesn't know nothing about the flood narrative. So if he doesn't know nothing about the flood narrative, why am I allowing him to question me about the Bible and why it's true?
Well, G-Man, if you don't know anything about evolution, why am I allowing you to deny evolution?
That his homeboy did this, that, and the other. That was you being serious? Dude,
whoosh.
I got nothing to talk about. That's it.
G-Man, you'd have to be a special kind of just...
Okay, so you have never read
DNA. How do you spell that?
To you about
interesting. Okay, let's try to speak one at a time. Like Mansur said. Yeah, all right, yeah. If you can mute people, so can I. Now, like I was saying, I was obviously joking around. And the point was to show you that I obviously know the story, but at the same time, I'm getting really annoyed because you're clearly not taking this seriously. So
yeah,
why should I?
I would say that Vegeta has
Sandler in the Bible, and we're not taking it seriously. You really? Are you serious?
Jill, I know you're gonna attack Vegeta because you're a Christian and whatever, but I think Vegeta has fairly answered the question. G-Man respond.
But Raging Atheist, my question for you is this: why should I take him seriously if he's not going to take me seriously?
G-Man, I will answer you. I will answer you. I cannot speak.
GED.
I can't speak for Vegeta.
Raging Atheist, do you have a GED, Raging? You have a GED?
You
have a welfare diploma? Because the bottom line is that this man wants me to be serious with him about my Bible, but he's not being serious with me.
See, I just have to assume that he's speaking.
Do you understand?
His lips are flapping.
G-Man, let Sir speak, and then I'll answer you. Go ahead.
He doesn't. He can't hear me. I can't hear him. I just have to assume he's speaking because his lips are flapping. This is honestly the best way I've ever seen G-Man presented in my life. Holy shit!
You lucky.
I am trying very hard to give G-Man his voice.
Sorry.
I am so fucking drunk. Like, it is pathetic. Pathetic. I should watch this like every day that I'm like thinking about having a drink. I should just like turn to this part of this stream and it'll tell me why I should not.
All right, Rachel, are we working our way into the subject of the flood? Is that where we're going now?
I'm not quite sure. I just know that I feel like Vegeta has presented a legitimate point. I kind of feel like G-Man is just like really giving bullshit. So G-Man, I want to give you a chance
to ask you a serious question, Raging Atheist, a very serious one. Brett King said he's a reasonable person. I don't believe Brett King. I asked him, did he read the Bible? He said yes. I said, tell me what it says about the flood story. He told me that no one went to high school, okay, and with some of this.
Let me.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He did not demonstrate to me when I asked him a serious question, did he read the flood story? I am not going to have a serious conversation with somebody regarding the Bible if I've even read it before.
Ooh, can I just keep... Holy shit, I could actually just...
Do you understand that?
And because he blocked me, there's no way to tell. Oh, that's interesting.
Raging, I can't hear nothing the other guy is saying.
Yes, he did. I blocked him. This is great.
This is going to be a terrible conversation.
This is great. Hey, Ocean, I have room, dog. Please come in.
I'm going to block him too because he's a dragoon.
He's going to block Ocean immediately because Ocean's a dragoon. He's already got like everybody blocked. I think he's probably even got Vegeta blocked at this point. I'm not sure. I don't think he can block me because it's my room. And, you know, of course he doesn't have Jill unblocked. But I think he's got like everybody else blocked. Maybe not Brett Keane at this point. And as soon as I mentioned that Ocean's going to come in, I will block him too. He's a dragoon. I will not even speak to Ocean. Well, why don't you want to speak to Ocean, dog? Are you scared? Are you scared of Ocean? Are you afraid of him? I mean, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you if you are. But are you afraid of Ocean? Let me speak. Let me speak. All right. G-Man, man, I love your passion. It reminds me of me. I think you might be misrepresenting Vegeta, so let's let Vegeta speak.
You're misrepresenting him? Oh my god, yo, you
Dragoon.
Well, I'm just saying Mike. All I'm saying is Mike.
Raging.
G-Dog. G. I love you, dog. I love you, dog. I'm just saying Mike. So let's let Vegeta clarify, and then I'll let you respond. And I would really honestly like to hear Cyrus's thoughts on this. So we'll let Vegeta clarify himself. We'll let you respond, and then we'll listen to Cyrus's thoughts.
All right. Now, obviously, as I expected, because this is an interesting situation that. Thank you for allowing me in Hinokasuchi, because I've wanted to meet G-Man for a while to just experience it firsthand. Now, obviously, I was just fucking memeing you a minute ago. And I also threw in actual facts from the story to show you that I read it, and I'd hoped that you would have been clever enough to see through the joking parts and actually see that I know the story. I smell drag all over this. Do I look like a fucking drag queen? Do you? Fuck.
No, there's a YouTuber by the name of Dragna who's going to be going to jail soon All right, and I mean physical jail. I mean prison. And you are about to be blocked. I think that you're working for him.
I work
physical jail. Physical jail. I mean prison. Oh, it's such a meme now. It's so funny.
I work for a drag, huh?
You're a dragoon, and I'm gonna block you.
I'm a dragoon. What am I? I'm a fucking mythical creature now.
G-Man.
I think he's.
G-Man.
Is he confusing
Can
you?
I say this?
If I find out you're a dragoon, watch what I do.
Chill out. Let's have some moderation. Sir, speak, and then I'm gonna speak. I love how like me thinking I'm gonna raise my arms is gonna make everybody be quiet. I do that repeatedly. It's so funny. G-Man, then I swear I will let you respond, dog.
It is a vast drag queen conspiracy. You can't trust those drag queens.
I swear,
this conversation is a drag.
Time out.
Okay,
Stirs first. I will respond, and then G-Man, feel free, dog.
So I'm just gonna say this, since I can't hear G-Man anymore, which is quite pleasant, I might add. I have no context for anything that he's saying. So I'm just going to say that most drag queens have better fashion sense than G-Man. And that's about all I can say.
I don't think I'm really fabulous enough to be a drag queen, honestly. I fucking grab like clothes off the floor, sniffing to make sure it's fucking clean.
And just like, well, if we do, I mean, yeah, I'm down for another dumpster fire, but I will be sober.
Put that shit on like any other fucking dude.
There will be no dragging in here. First rule of Fight Club.
And Brett Keane, I have a quick question for you that will determine my respect for you. Broccoli or cauliflower?
Oh, that's rough. I hate them both. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like both.
You answered correctly. You get 5 points.
Hey guys, I'm interjecting real quick. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. I do want to say I just shot Ocean a link. Let Ocean come in and interject, put his 2 cents in. It's so painful for me. I know, like, thank you, the NIFB Jesus. You know, this has got to be fun for you guys, but this is physically painful for me. And then we can continue with this bombardment. But please let Ocean come in. Please let him speak. I'm just saying, please. Brett Keane, I'm gonna leave you in charge as I go to the bathroom. Allow Ocean to come in.
No, I blocked him. He's not coming here. I'm not doing none of that.
G-Man, Ocean's a decent fella. Come on.
I would really very much time out. I'm so scared of Ocean. Oh, time out. Like I'm just not gonna listen to Ocean. I'm not gonna have any conversations with Ocean. I'm gonna get the fuck out as soon as Ocean comes in. Time out. I would very much like this conversation to go back when Guzman was here.
I managed to get in.
We were all being respectful of each other. We were letting each other speak. I just ask that we allow people to speak.
Let them started out by ignoring Ocean. What the fuck?
Wow.
Hey, Ocean, how you doing?
Okay, I hope you guys. What a dumpster fire! Ocean's here. Ocean, I'm here. Please speak. Please speak.
Oh, I just came in to listen for now, but because that's.
I don't hear him say that because I'm drunk.
Kind of what I do. I show up into a room. I want to listen before.
Another dragoon comes in here and leaving too.
Well,
but I do think it's interesting that as soon as I come into the room, G-Man's like, "No, gotta shut this down. I'm not going to engage."
I start my own show. G-Man, which is like.
I know it's fantastic. It's going to be wonderful silence at periods of time.
I learned I was a drag queen in high school.
Please, time out. Time the fuck out. Let Ocean speak, please, and then people can respond.
All right, Paul, I can do the same thing.
But I just think it's interesting that I come in and G-Man mutes me immediately. It's just like,
you know what, Paul?
I'll ignore you. How about that? Where he's been
now I'm not talking to you no more.
Fairly dishonest.
You're too stupid to realize what you're doing.
Is he blocking me?
Why can't I just let it die, right? Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Right. Let me give you guys.
He's going to remain black for the rest of his career.
And like, it's interesting.
Time out.
I can't hear him.
Time out.
Oh my God!
Time the fuck out. Time the fuck out. Time out. Shut the fuck up.
Nakasushi, you know you can mute people, right? You might want to do that instead of saying timeout 15 times.
I know. I probably should. I just want people to really give Ocean a chance to speak, and then you can respond.
I think I said 3 times,
G-Man,
but if you want me to say something,
this is Raging Atheist's hangout. If you block him, he can eject you. It's his room, not mine.
G-Man, you're the bitch made ass
guys,
Negro, by the
please
way.
listen to me.
Great. Can I still do this?
Please listen to me. I love that Cirrus is here. I love that Ocean is here. I've tried to get Ocean on my channel. Let's give him a chance to speak. And I had tried to get Ocean on my channel for a while, and the first time he actually comes in, I am fucked up. And then we can respond to Ocean. Okay?
I think it's weird that G-Man muted me so quickly because we've had gone. Is he gone? Is he left? He's done.
Yes, he's gone.
I still see a little block symbol there.
Yes,
okay. So here's what I'll say real quick.
I'll be right back, guys. Let's let
I'm
Ocean
not going to be able to get back in here if he's
and then we'll all respond.
So,
all right, see you later, G-Man. Have a good one. Go ahead, Ocean.
With
Sorry
G-Man
about
before is I don't even engage that much with G-Man. I was actually content to sit in here and listen to him talk, but instead he mutes me immediately. But here's the MO with G-Man. Somebody pisses off G-Man. He starts blocking everybody in the hangout, and then it gets to the point where nobody can hear G-Man, and G-Man can't hear anybody else, and he just sits there screaming to himself. And then or he leaves. And that's exactly what happened here, it seems.
Oh, such good times back in the day. Will's calling it the golden age. This was when my channel really started to explode. I was probably getting the most subs. As you can see, I provided fucking entertainment. Not for me now. But that was the stream of the year, guys. That was the 7.5 hour drunken G-Man encounter. It would lead to me meeting Dragnot very soon after that. We'll cover that in the next year in review episode, I'm sure. We'll be delving into messenger reveals soon. But I do want to cover one other thing that happened. Because it was right after that stream. I went on Modern Day Debate. That weekend, I had been getting death threats, and it escalated up into the week. So it became a very big issue, and it was controversial. Centered around Matt Powell and the drama that we had developed over the last year at this point, 7-8 months to a year. I'm not sure how long it had been going on, but it escalated up to death threats that I took very seriously. And this is going to lead, me and Dr. Josh had been talking behind the scenes privately. This is going to lead to the first time that Dr. Josh ever came on the channel. And then we'll end this stream today. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I still have like goosebumps because it was so cringe for me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'd love to get G-Man back on the channel. Of course, that would be fun. And I would love to do another dumpster fire like that. Again, this time I would like to be sober. But that would be on me completely. So let's check this out. And this will come into play later when I cover the Modern Day debate with Matt Powell. Because he would deny that this happened, and he knew about it. He knew about it immediately, and this is me really coming out and talking about it. And with people like Matt and Guzman coming in my chats and throwing homosexual slurs in my chat rooms, that I really needed some moderators to take care of that. What's up, Chubbs? So yeah, we're gonna be talking death threats. Anybody that would like to come in and speak, I'll shoot you a link. First, I want to say what I need to say. Yeah, so I will warn you, we've had fun. It's been fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed it up to this point. This point is going to delve deeper. It's going to take a darker turn. So I just kind of want to give you a warning. I was back and forth on whether or not to include this, but I'm running out of time to the new year. I got 8 days. I got still a lot to cover, so I decided to go ahead and include this one as well. Hopefully you've had fun up to this point. Now it's going to get a little deep. You know, this isn't the first time I've received death threats. This is the first time that I've received death threats from Christians, or I've come to believe it's just one person. I'm going to tell you guys what transpired, what's been transpiring since about last Friday. I didn't take it seriously at first because, like I said, this isn't the first time that it's happened to me. When I did my first videos on ISUPK, I received over 100. I think I'm at 117 death threats from ISUPK right now. And I want to talk about the psychological effects that death threats have on a person. But first, I want to tell you guys what happened. Like I said, if you would like to come in, I've only got till 9 o'clock. Then I have to get ready for work, but I'd be more than happy to have other inputs on this. So Friday, I got an email from somebody I've never heard of before, and it threatened to kill me. Thank you very much, Jeremy Pace. Stream of the year is Theory of a Sandwich. I think it's up between the one we just watched, my after show for the modern day debate, but I do think Theory of a Sandwich was lumped in that after show, which was another long stream. So I think it is really up between those two streams on which one was the best of the year. Said that I was an atrocious person, retrobate, this and that. And when these people start calling you reprobate, now Guzman and Matt might not think that a reprobate like me should be put to death, but it doesn't matter what they think, because I know Guzman specifically said in the chat after he left that he had thought about it, and it's not about physical death but soul death. But that doesn't matter, because people are going to hear you say things, and there are a lot of fucked up people in this world. So even if you don't think that, when you are calling me a reprobate to these fucking insane people, you're telling them that God has given up on me and hates me. And to an insane person, that's enough justification to do horrible, horrible shit. But I didn't take it seriously. I only got one that day. Saturday night, we had that really long conversation. I had gotten a 6-pack of beer, expecting that I'm just going to have an hour-long, 2-hour conversation if Darth Dawkins shows up. I wasn't, and then Darth Dawkins didn't show up. Brett Keane showed up. And thanks to Brett Keane, we had a really great live conversation where all these people came in. But, I wasn't planning on drinking beer for 7.5 hours live on YouTube. And I got fucking wasted drunk. And I'm just now to the part of that conversation where I'm fucking wasted drunk, after G-Man left, and, I am fucking hammered, right? So, and I was in my emails throughout that whole conversation and didn't notice that I got 2 more emails from different people I never heard of before, threatening my life. Reprobate, needs to die. Sunday, I go on Modern Day Debate, and I have a really good conversation with Sky Out. I go out of my way not to become the raging atheist. It's James' channel. James is a Christian. I like James. I want to respect his wishes. So try not to rage. And then I take a nap after. Well, at the end of that Modern Day Debate, I challenged Ben the Baptist. I made a couple videos on him now. He says bad shit. I challenged him to come and speak to me on Modern Day Debate. So I take a nap. I go to work Sunday night. And when I get home Monday morning, I get really, really weird emails. But these are from people I've heard before. These are from an email from Steven Anderson. So, and I really don't. I need to reach out to these people. I've been busy. I'm tired. Been sleeping all day. Slept all day yesterday. Yesterday, as this shit was transpiring, so I didn't get any of the work done yesterday that I wanted to get done. But one of the emails was Steven Anderson threatening litigation on me. Email from Pastor Shelley calling me a reprobate. Pastor Jimenez calling me a reprobate. Ben the Baptist calling me a reprobate. He'd never fucking talk to me and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I need to reach out because I don't think that these are real email accounts. I think that it's all one person. Because, well, you know, and then so I get all these weird emails from, and at first I'm like, what the fuck? The major players of the NIFB are attacking me right now. Steven Anderson is fucking attacking me right now. That's what I'm thinking, right? And I get on Twitter and I post my new Matt Powell video and I'm like, call to arms or whatever the fuck I said. I was really tired. It was after work, you know, and I was getting bombarded by all these fucking emails. And I, at that point, was taking those emails very seriously and legitimate, you know. So then I wake up and I get my 6th death threat, the most serious one. Make sure she's not here. She's in the bathroom. I'm blurry. But this was the second one that involved my daughter. And this one, it said a lot of stuff that scared the fuck out of me. Yeah, this is hard for me to watch too. It shouldn't have been known. I didn't think. And after I called the police, you know, they told me that it was stated in a way that was very general. It's not specific, but it really hit home to me. And it scared the shit out of me. And it said that the only way my daughter could be saved is if she, you know, if she were to go to hell now before I could influence her anymore. Or go to heaven now, you know, not hell. I would be the one going to hell. So I called the police. I reached out to Matt. Said, you know, if this is you doing this shit, please fucking stop. Matt calls me back immediately. Swears that it's not him or his people. Excuse me, I'm a little emotional. And, you know, I really appreciated that Matt did that. I believe Matt. There was conviction in his voice and sincerity and just how fast he called me back. Like, he took it very seriously. And I appreciate Matt for that. Like I said, I don't believe that the emails I got was actually from Steven Anderson and Ben the Baptist and all those guys. I think that maybe this is all just one person creating a bunch of fake ass email accounts and just really fucking with my psychology right now. I think that it's still possible that it could be serious, but I'm trying to push it away and not think about it. And I do want to talk about the psychological effects that this has. You know, when ISUPK started first threatening my life, those are the threats you just can't take seriously. You know, ISUPK, they're hateful, racist people, usually live in really big cities far away from where I live. You know, and even though there are Black Israelites everywhere, they're not all ISUPK. All right, so yeah, I mean, this kind of took me back there. I haven't received death threats in quite a while. It's been several months now. Thankfully, this part of the YouTube beef with Matt does seem to be over. Hopefully, I'm not speaking too soon or jinxing myself, but I haven't received that in a very long time. This stream was the first time Non Sequitur came into my chat. They were interested about this. I didn't really realize really just how much that this would become an issue in the community. It's only got 486 views, but a lot of people was talking about this. That wasn't my intention. I was just trying to get it out. And then several people would come in and be supportive. Lisa for Truth came in, Jay Passett came in, Athena Socrates came in, and they were able to get me laughing and getting me out of the funk. And I was very tired. I was working third shift back then. I'd been dealing with these death threats for several days. I'd had that long stream where I got really, really drunk. And so when that happens, I tend to have hangovers for 1 or 2 days. So I was very emotionally drained at this point. And I'd been dealing with this. And, you know, when you're I've often said it's one thing when you get death threats, when I do. I put myself on here, I put myself public, but when people attack your kids and your children, that's a new level. And then when they use personal shit about your town, because I'm open about where I live, it really adds an element to the fear. Now, since I started getting death threats way back in the day on my first channel from the ISUPK, I've always looked over my shoulder. And you never really know, if it's serious, if it's not, if people are going to really come after you. It has happened. So it is a very scary thing about being on YouTube, making yourself a public figure, walking the edge as I often have, especially this last year as we're covering. So, I took a lot of responsibility for that. But at the same time, you can only take so much because your children should be left out of it. But, Dr. Josh would come in as well, and it'll be his first time on the channel. So I really wanted to kind of just show you guys that before we end out the stream today. So we'll go to 45 minutes. It's the first time Dr. Josh ever came on the channel. So get back there. Dr. Josh is a great dude, always been highly supportive, always been there for me if I needed him. I'm going to need him soon. So if you're still in the chat, Dr. Josh, I want to have a conversation about Paul with you. We'll try to make some time because I know you're busy, I'm busy, maybe sometime in the new year. But I really want to get some scholarly input on Paul before I make this video that I'm going to make. But let's check out Dr. Josh Bowen's first appearance on A Raging Atheist. Yeah.
I don't need any help with that.
Yeah, I think I'm been a little obsessive, and I need maybe that's something I should work on too. But yeah, hey, welcome, Dr. Josh. Man, I am a big fan. I love the work you're doing on Scholar Fiction and on your channel. Like, I'm in catch-up mode with you because, like, I found a resource that can give me some kind of scholarship on some of the things that I've been saying, and so nice to meet you. What's up, man?
Oh man, it's really nice to meet you too. Actually, we and it's really kind, all the things you've said. Very honored, honestly. We took the kids roller skating on Sunday, and we listened to your debate on the way out, and I guess on the way back.
That's an honor.
It was really great. I think you did a great job, and it's tough. Some of those topics, you got to have knowledge of a whole bunch of stuff, and I thought you held yourself up really well. So,
that's you can't get a better endorsement than that. I don't think I should really cut that out and make that part of the new channel trailer when I work on that next year. Thank you.
I cannot believe I'm in the same room as Digital Hammurabi. Wow.
I know, man. This is awesome.
That's very sweet of you guys. I really appreciate that. Megan said that she would come in, but she's breastfeeding in the back. So.
Yeah, Dr. Josh is just so sweet and just an awesome dude. Great friend of the channel, and all of you guys are too. I really want to thank all of you for coming today, having fun with me. Let me skip over to this other screen here. Having fun with me. That it was hard for me to watch myself be that drunk, but then again, it was a great stream. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of conversations that went into some dark areas, especially when it comes to slavery and rape in the Bible. Those were the good old days, the Wild West days of the channel. And it was one of the streams that really made me start to think that I needed to bring a moderator in. And soon after that, I think I start to make John really starts to fill a moderator role, and then we're going to meet Allie, and the show has progressed. I think some people would say it's not as fun as it used to be. We're going to try to bring that element back as well. But we want to make a better show. And it's fun to kind of go back to these old days because it was crazy. It's going to get crazier. We're going to meet Dragnot and Sokka. We're going to meet Messenger Reveals. It's going to become a shit show that reigned on my channel for... thank you so much, Digital Hammurabi. It was a shit show on my channel for a very long time. And we're going to be dealing with the cure for PTSD. Saxy Calzone, my first hangout with G-Man, Von, and Brett show up. I was overwhelmed. Yes, but I mean that happens, and then you're also in the stream with a lot of people that talk on YouTube, so it's hard to get a word in edgewise. There would be streams where Derek and Carlton both would come in and make a lot of input, and they did during that stream as well. So I mean, you got to realize I cut out. We saw snippets of a very, very, very long stream. Thank you so much, Saxy Calzone. But yeah, this is going to be fun, and I'm going to really try to get all of this done before the new year, leading into the New Year's Eve live stream. Not sure who will show up for that because people have lives and family and want to spend it with them. But if you're not going to be doing that and you want to show up for the New Year's Eve live stream, I will be streaming as soon as I'm out of work that night. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The Cure for PTSD, yeah. I know Messenger is looking forward to that. It's going to be my long-awaited. I haven't talked about it like I should, and I'm going to finally get it out of my system and make my stance pure as day for Messenger reveals. But yeah, and if you guys weren't around for back then, it was a dumpster fire that spanned a couple months on this channel and spilled over into other channels as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here on my Patreon screen. I want to thank you all for showing up. You guys have made this channel what it is, and we're really hoping to grow this channel next year. We've got a lot of big goals. But until the next time, I'm going to see you soon.